Well, good morning, lovely ladies and gentlemen. Steve Collins coming to you from beautiful San Antonio, Texas, the second most powerful, passionate, purposeful coach and speaker in the world. Coming to you from the office here today. And I wanted to have a quick conversation with you because of something that it takes a lot for me to get triggered. Just so you know, it takes a lot for me to get triggered because of the way that I've trained myself to perceive the world and the things that are around me. So I have something called a distractibility threshold that I want to talk to you about today. I'm curious about your distractibility threshold. And let me tell you where this came about. The distractibility threshold came about from this guy right here. You see this little guy right here? I'm in the middle of a 75-day commitment. So I purchased this Garmin thing, like a Fitbit thing. And here's the point that I would like to make. Squirrels will kill your dreams. They will kill your focus. They will kill your ability. You know what I'm talking about, squirrels, right? We've all watched that movie where you're engaged in a conversation. It was like, squirrel! And then you're distracted. Your distractibility threshold is like this. For those of you that are males, or those of you who know a male, if you go out to eat and let's say it's a date, and you happen to be at a place that has big screen TVs somewhere, you have got a gem if the dude is like this the whole night long. Most men in particular, because men are visual more so than ladies. I'm not racist, sexist, none of that stuff. I'm just old and I'm not politically correct. I'm just correct. Okay, so don't anybody get butthurt when I talk about boys and girls. They're different, so just accept it. Most guys are extremely visual. So when you go to a restaurant, if there's something on a screen and you're at a date, let's just say, and this, yeah, or, what was that? What was that? This thing, in the past, I would say this thing really pisses me off. Today, I say, I'm going to choose a different response than being upset. This thing, since I put it on, and I haven't learned how to do it, thank God I've got lots of millennials around here who are going to be able to help me, but it's buzzing all the freaking time since I put it on this morning. I put it on this morning and clearly I hit something that talked about notifications, and every few, like a minute or two, it gets little thing on my wrist, and I get in my zone in the morning and I focus on my research and my reading and my material and my preparation for the day to come and deliver the very best content I can for today to the people who have been entrusted to my care and influence, namely first and foremost those I'm responsible for, my precious wife Angela and my children, and then those that I'm responsible to, which is the phenomenal and wonderful coaching clients we have at Voice of One coaches, and then all of the 1,050 plus realtors at our wonderful Keller Williams Heritage. I have a sense of responsibility to all of these wonderful people, and I have to remain highly focused. And this little thing, I wonder how many people. Good morning, Craigo. Y'all know, y'all don't even know. I ain't even gonna say it, but I, there's a bromance, 20 years going there. I love Craigo. He's the only guy I know who's got a heart, the biggest heart that I've ever seen in any human man ever. And it's an honor to serve with him in this place. And let me tell you, the challenge that we have here is that you have a distractibility threshold. And this distractibility threshold is your ability to how quickly and how easily you can be distracted. How quickly and easily you go, squirrel. How quickly and easily you can be taken off track. Are you ready for this? This is the powerful part of this conversation. When you are intentionally engaged in your most important activities. Oh, by the way, it helps for you to know what are your most important activities. If you don't, by the way, that's what we do here at Voice of One Coaching. We can help you with that. How can you hit a target you cannot see? Are you a wandering generality, or are you a meaningful specific? Are you on the hamster wheel of life, or do you have a plan for where you're headed? There's a big difference. Life is very different when you know where you're going and you know exactly how to get there and you know exactly what to do and you know exactly when you're going to do it. And then you have a great attitude when life happens and things don't go the way that you expect them to go. But how quickly you're distracted when you are focused on your most important activities is your distractibility threshold. And I realized this morning driving down the highway, the fourth time this thing went off and it made me go like that, I almost threw the freaking thing out the window. And I was just like, I don't need a damn thing on my wrist that's going to be buzzing all the time, that's going to jack my brain and take me off of my price, off the goal, off the focus, off my 20% stuff, the things that must get accomplished. I know most people have to-do lists. It's a lot more fun when you have a must-do list because it's a lot smaller. Yet it's going to require your incredible focus, your incredible attention, your incredible vision. It's going to require your energy and bzzz, bzzz, bzzz. What is your distractibility threshold? I'm going to suggest to you that the person with the highest threshold for not being distracted, the level of your distractibility threshold is directly related to your income in the business world. In the business world, in the entrepreneurial world, the ability to avoid the greater you are at not seeing any squirrels, the greater income you earn. Because most of the world is distracted by squirrels. And quite frankly, most of the world, when they are doing the most important activities, their 20% stuff, as we would say in this world, those 20% activities that produce 80% of the results that are typically not natural, fun, exciting, wonderful, woo things. They're the things that are the stuff that you gotta do to succeed at a very high level that you don't necessarily feel like doing. It's not necessarily the stuff that you do working in your business, it's the stuff you're doing working on your business. And a distraction can be an anesthetizing reprieve from the pain of discipline that it requires to stay focused for a long period of time. And your ability to stay focused for a long period of time will be directly connected, in my observation, to your income. What is your distractibility threshold? I'm telling you, I'm glad I didn't rip this thing off and throw it down the highway because somebody told me you can turn off notifications on it. If there was no way to turn off notifications, I would have waited until I was going about 70 miles an hour next to an 18-wheeler, and I would have pulled up in the middle, and I would have pulled it off and thrown it on the street and let it get ripped up under their freaking tires. No, that's not maybe that's littering. I don't know. I'm a little violent from time to time when it comes to things that try to pull my focus and attention, and especially things that I bought. So do you have a little? What's your little Garmin? What's your little Fitbit? What's that little thing that zzz, and then you're distracted? Zzz, squirrel. Zzz, oh, I don't have to do this anymore. What's your distractibility threshold? If you're a realtor, I will say this. The higher your threshold for avoiding distractions and remaining focused, the more time you can remain focused, the more income you're going to earn. Because you'll know exactly what you need to be doing. You'll be committed to doing it exactly when you commit to do it. And you'll do it regardless of how you feel. I end with this quote. I've been really praying about, thinking about a lot of quotes to take complications and make them something that can make a real difference in your lives. Here's the quote. Is your decision to take action, whether it be a diet, whether it be saving, whether it be working for that extra hour, whether it be going to sleep an hour earlier, whether it be waking up an hour earlier, whatever it is, that little mountain in front of you that you know if you crush that mountain, it would open up the way for you to be victorious in many other areas of your life. What is that for you? Is your decision to take action on that going to be based on your feelings or based on your commitment? Is your decision to take action on that going to be based on your feelings or based on your commitment? When I wake up my 14-year-old son in the morning at 4:20 a.m., I sit on the edge of his bed. And by the way, he feels just like you, ladies and gentlemen. The bed is nice. The covers are warm. The air is cool. And it's amazing. It's like you're back in the womb again. I mean, there's no better place than your bed. I get Drake when he says, I only love my bed and my mama. Sorry, I do. And mama, I see you there, and I love you. And I love a bed. I get that. When the alarm goes off at 4:20 in the morning, the average man or woman does not say, I cannot wait to get up and go abuse my body in the gym for the next hour, making it do things it does not want to do and then feeding it things it does not want to eat because, by the way, that's how I'm going to live fit and healthy. No, the average person doesn't do that. The average person wakes up and goes, I really don't feel like doing this. So I asked Joshua a simple question. I say, hey, buddy, yes, sir. You know what your goal is, right? Yes, sir. Is your decision to get up this morning going to be based on your feelings or on your commitment, son? And he says, my commitment. I said, great, I'll see you in about 15 minutes. And then we move forward. You hear what I'm talking about? Your ability to avoid distractions will be directly related to your productivity in your actions. Are your decisions to take action based on your feelings? Be careful, because your feelings, they just don't have very big plans for you. Have a great weekend, guys.